I think that the stress of what she was going through could have made her so desperate to get rid of something that she can no longer take care of, right?
Oh,
and that's her child.
Sam.
And that's this horrible thing to think about, but this might be the case.
Sam.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so question to the panel. If she was suffering from hearing voices and delusions, are you in the right frame of mind to know to ask for help, or are you completely reliant on the others around you?
I think Wendy makes a great point. I hate the bureaucracy of government. Wendy, hats off to you for trying to work it, but I can imagine if you were sick, it would be almost impossible.
Right.
Yeah. It was very, very much impossible for me. It took me 2 years, Dr. Drew, of battling the system and being turned away. And I have smarts and availability, and it was very difficult. So my heart breaks for this woman, and I feel like we all sort of failed her.
Now her
I
husband,
agree, Wendy, I agree.
Matt wrote about the marriage and the challenge of having an autistic son, and his multiple sclerosis diagnosis. Again, multiple sclerosis is an autoimmune attack on the certain parts of the brain. He also used social media to express his feelings. This is from his blog, quote, "Some of you know and some of you don't. Julia and I are living apart right now. Life happens. We are still together but living apart. This has been very difficult, but life is unique," right, Sam? I don't know.
My only question, Dr. Drew, in all of this, if the family knew, and believe me, I do not want to slam this family, because after the research that I saw, they did try to help her get some treatment. But why was she allowed custody of this child if they knew that she was suffering? And where did the father step in all of this?
Here's for anybody at home trying to make sense of this, there's two take-home messages. A, stigma kills, everybody. Stigma about mental illness kills. If you can't step up and say, I'm suffering from mental illness and I need help, it can really harm people. Or if you go to a facility and go, I don't really want to stay here because I don't need this, that's responding to stigma. That's number one. Number two, that's really 3 points. Resources are hard to come by, particularly for mental health. People don't seem to understand how profoundly dangerous these conditions are. And then finally, if you do get resources and you have a professional team giving you advice, listen to the letter of what they tell you. Do not just cut corners and think you know better. It's going to end up in a disaster.